I titled this story Navigating Discomfort and Safety. And it's really about the journey that I've started um, getting educated and trained in nonviolent direct action. As I watched the Trump regime attack our freedoms, abduct people of color, and persecute any and all who dissent, I feel a deep sadness, anger, and yes, some fear. I'm frustrated that my old ways, my standard ways of showing up at protests and contacting legislators, haven't yet changed the trajectory very much. Maybe these methods will eventually work, but maybe they won't. And I can't just wait and see. I feel that I need to get more courageous. And as I was listening to the Serenity Prayer today, the phrase that jumped out at me, and this could be what it's about, is I need to find the courage to change the things that we cannot accept and do that in a smart way and in a safe way. So I want to disrupt, I want to obstruct, I don't want to cooperate. And I realize that I'm woefully unprepared for these actions. I don't imagine myself with the fortitude of a John Lewis, sitting impassively at a lunch counter while violent hecklers taunt and threaten. I can feel the discomfort in my body when I even think about that, or maybe fear for my safety. So I've started this journey toward getting prepared for direct action. I've actually just started this journey, and frankly, when I started it, I didn't realize it would be a journey. I thought, oh, I'll go to this one class and I'll be ready. It's a journey to push into discomfort while not so far as to be totally unsafe. Recently, I've participated in a couple of trainings, a 2-day resistance boot camp with the Consolidated Oregon Indivisible Network, and a half-day training at First U on de-escalation. Both were valuable experiences, but very different and useful in different ways. A core message from both trainings is that each of us must make personal decisions about our individual limits based on personal risk factors and risk tolerance. People of color have a much greater risk factor than me, for example, and each person's decision on what they will and won't do must be respected. Boot camp day 2 was really intense. I participated with a new affinity group that we boldly named the John Lewis Good Trouble Brigade. That's a tall bar. We faced a simulated line of hecklers. We tried to physically block people making a forced entry. We got arrested. Well, it was just pretend. For the most part, I was over my head. I mostly learned what I won't or shouldn't do. Yet there are things that I can do. I can't, and I shouldn't try to block ICE officers from entering a space. I'd get squished and I'd let the team down. I'm not willing to get dragged across the pavement and knocked against the curb while being arrested. I can document and record ICE officers arresting innocent bystanders while the officer says, "Stop resisting," to someone who isn't resisting. I can know how to assert my rights with law enforcement and how to assist others in asserting theirs when they're in that moment. I can be jail support for those who are detained either on purpose or who just happened to get arrested. I want to be able to de-escalate overexcited protesters who might take a rash action and do something violent. I'm just beginning to navigate my way between discomfort and safety. I'm convinced that I need to push into discomfort now less I'd be very much more uncomfortable in the future. So I don't know a lot, but I know these things at this point. Practice 5, act together, is critical for the safety of every one of us. I'll always have a buddy, or better yet, a group, for any protest or action, because protests and actions are now inherently more risky than they've been in the past. Practice 4, mentor. I'll help prepare for actions with groups, and I'll prepare personally and as a group for unexpected events, like getting arrested because I just happened to be in the right place at the wrong time. And I'll build a support network for each of us. And practice 1, access spiritual power and leading with love to counter hate and safety with our spiritual power. This Saturday, we meet at Pioneer Courthouse Square to begin reclaiming the faith pillar for a pluralistic and just democracy. I know that I will feel some discomfort because while we planned for safety, we don't control everything. I also know that I'll be safe with all of you. Let's do this, even in the presence of discomfort, and prepare ourselves for what comes next. Thanks.